Hey guys, alright, let's make this video. The video that no one wanted to see, I did not want to make. So, obviously we're talking about Workhorse here today, and they're falling off a cliff. Things are not getting better. What is my plan? What should your plan be? How are we going to deal with this? How do we move forward? What happened? We're going to go over all this. I'll make it as quick as possible and as painless as possible because I know a lot of people lost a lot of money, me included. So, Workhorse. Let's start with where they're at right now. $14 a share. This is live, so you're seeing the fluctuations here. Going up and down 11% on the day. If you look at the year to date, we hit highs of 40 and then plunged $14 a share now. Let's go with the reason. Obviously, the reason is that they lost the USPS contract to Oshkosh. So, we've been following this story for months. The decision by the USPS has been postponed multiple times, delayed multiple times, but Workhorse was down to one of the final three companies, and everyone thought that they had a great chance of getting this. And then Biden came out and said that he's going to move the whole federal fleets and federal vehicles to EV. He talked about it, his Green New Deal, everything is electric, all new, clean energy, blah, blah, blah. And everyone thought that Workhorse was going to get it. Stock was running up. They got contracts from Pride, and they're looking at FedEx, UPS, and everything looked like it was great. I held on to my shares. I was doing cash secured puts against Workhorse every week because the premium was so good. So in other words, if the stock price is $30, I would sell a put, a cash secured put for $1 or $2 less than whatever it currently was because it was just going up. So you get great premium because it's so close to the strike price, and I figured worst comes to worst, I get assigned the shares, and then they will announce that they win the contract for the USPS, and they would shoot up, and I would hold 100 shares or 200 shares or however many contracts I have. So it partially worked out that way. I did get assigned to my shares because there was an overall sell-off. So last week I was assigned 100 shares at, I think it was $35 or $36 a share. And I figured no problem. We were at 40. We'll go back up there, especially if we get news about the USPS. Unfortunately, as you can see, did not happen. The USPS awarded a 10-year contract to Oshkosh, who make, let's just read it here. Purpose-built right-hand drive vehicle for mail and package delivery, $50,000 to $160,000 over the next 10 years. $408 million. Overall, it could be about $5.7 billion over that 10-year period. Oshkosh only makes half electric vehicles. So they have internal combustion, and then they have some EV. Came as a shock to everybody. It happened. They announced it yesterday at 3 o'clock. So we really only had an hour of the market yesterday to digest. And it was halted numerous times, both up and down. So it didn't give people time to unload their shares, and it was just a mass exodus. This good news has been so priced in and so baked into the price over the last couple of months that it just dropped down 50%. Overall, the market was down in the morning and then it came back, but Workhorse, so it already dropped, and then it was on its way back up when we got the news at 3 o'clock, and it just fell. And it's again, like I said, 10% down as of this recording, which is Wednesday morning at market open. So, now you're caught up. Now here's the newest, information on this. So, Workhorse plans to fight losing USPS's contract. So, they're salty, as you can imagine. Their company went from a huge potential to dead in the water, basically. I mean, they have contracts. They'll do fine, I think, long term, but I don't know if they're ever going to get back to $40 a share at this point. Their market cap was hacked in half, so they're about, I think, 1.6 billion now. They were at like 3 billion, cut in half. So let's see what it says. They requested additional information from USPS on the bidding process. They're awaiting a response. The company intends to explore all avenues that are available to non-awarded finalists in a government bidding process. They held a conference call and blah, 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 blah. So they're trying to fight it. They're not going to get anywhere with this. I really doubt that the USPS is going to, post office is going to change their mind and say, you know what? All right, let's give them some of this contract. Let's help them out here. It's not going to happen. They already awarded it. It got delayed multiple times. I don't think it's happening unless Oshkosh does something to screw it up and they rebid it. But I don't think that's happening. So, what do we do from here? What's the plan? What's your plan? My plan? It depends on how heavy you are into Workhorse. What your timeline is. Are you holding for the long term? Do you need this money right now? Are you willing to let it sit? These are all questions that you have to ask yourself. Myself personally, now I have a little over 100 shares. So I know to a lot of people that's not a ton of money. My account's fine, but I don't like the idea of losing a couple $1,000. Doesn't really sit well with me. So here's my plan, what I'm doing with Workhorse. I think that this fundamentally changes the stock going forward for the rest of its life. I have the shares. I'm going to hold on. I'm not going to sell at a 50% loss. To me, that's stupid. What I'm going to do is I will hold these shares, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put more money into Workhorse. I'm going to keep pouring money into Workhorse stock to get my average cost down. The lower it goes, if it stabilizes at this $15 price, then I want to continue buying until I have a good average that's close to the current price. I will sell weekly call options, and that will get me some premium, and I'll take that premium money and I'll pour it back into Workhorse. So Workhorse is going to help Workhorse. The stock is going to help itself get me out of this hole. Between the money that I pour in and then the premium from the weekly call options that I'm going to sell on the stock, my goal is to get it to close to the current price, and then if I can break even or come close to breaking even on the stock, I'm going to sell it. I'm done with Workhorse. They might be good long term, but it's going to end up being another Hyliion situation. Sorry to throw shots at Hyliion, but that stock hasn't moved. It was very speculative. Thankfully, I didn't get stuck back holding on that one, but I know some of you guys did. So I'm going to sell out of Workhorse. Maybe if it fundamentally changes the next couple of months, once it cools down, loses some of the attention on it, I might buy back in. I might buy some shares and hold for the next 10 years. They do have some contracts, like I said, UPS, FedEx, but I think that this really killed Workhorse. So that's my plan. I suggest you guys do the same. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know everything, so you guys have to decide how heavy you are into it, what you need that money for. Can you let it sit? Consider doing what I'm doing and selling call options against it. That could help you to make back some of the money that pour back into the stock. So I'm going to get rid of that ad. You guys let me know in the comments below. What do you guys plan on doing with it? This really, it was like a trap door. Everyone's standing, and then all of a sudden the floor below you falls out. There wasn't enough time for everyone to get out. That's just the nature of speculative stocks sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think, how you guys play Workhorse, and please subscribe, like. We'll follow up with this and a couple other very notable stocks in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
And